Good morning, Coach. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Sully?
Hey, thanks for joining us. You awake yet or what?
Been awake for a while at the studio, and I can't believe you guys made it into the studio this morning.
Hey, man, you can't stop us. You know us. The show must go on.
Yeah, I do know you. Exactly.
First of all, congratulations, Coach, on becoming the new head coach at Mainland High School. I know that's kind of been a dream of yours for a while now. Makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you're a teacher over there, and you spent a good portion of your career at Mainland. What are your thoughts now at becoming the head coach?
It is a dream come true. I mean, having grown up here, lived here my whole life, going to Mainland, coaching there, having so many great memories. My whole career has been there. It's a dream come true. It's a little overwhelming still at this point. Even though the opportunity was there, and now it's my job, and we have a lot of work to go ahead and do to get the program back on its feet again. But we're really excited and looking forward to it. It's been like Christmas all over again.
How much did you learn in your time at Oakcrest as a head coach? You were a longtime assistant under Coach Bob Coffey at Mainland, and then you got the head coaching job at Oakcrest. How much did you learn there, and what will you bring from Oakcrest to Mainland in terms of your head coaching philosophies?
Yeah, I think, everywhere you go, you learn a little something. You take it along the way, whether it's coaching at football camps or when I was at Mainland all those years, and the different great coaches I got to coach alongside with. And then going out to Oakcrest was really stepping outside of my realm, so to say, going to a school that was very diverse in the makeup of the team and the school, a lot different from Mainland. And it presented me with a lot of challenges and situations that I've never been faced with before. And I think having had to deal with those types of situations, from kids in their personal lives to taking a program that struggled for so many years and getting it onto his feet to be competitive, I think not only did it make me a better football coach, but it's made me a much better person in general.
What was that first day like as a head coach at Oakcrest? Were you nervous at all? Were you like, maybe it's easier to be an assistant?
Yeah, I was very nervous. The very first time I met the team, I was nervous because I was a stranger. Mainland, I knew the kids. Even getting the job at Mainland now, I know a lot of the kids just from having them as students. But at Oakcrest, I didn't know anybody. I walked in that room, there was 50 kids sitting there looking at me, and I didn't know one face. It was one familiar face there. But it was good because it was a fresh start for everybody. It was a fresh start for me. It was a fresh start for those kids. Nobody could prejudge them. They all came out to prove something, and we had a good time out there. It was well worth it.
Yeah, you really built up a nice program there at Oakcrest, and bringing those winning ways over to Mainland, which has had a really storied history under Coach Bob Coffey. How much did you learn about the game of football from Coach Coffey? I mean, here's a guy who's a lifer. He might be hanging around the field next summer. Who knows?
Yeah, I was fortunate that he hired me way back to coach freshman football back in 1989. That was truly my first job out of college. And, I got to work with so many great coaches at Mainland through the years, that really brought me along. You think you know everything when you're 23 years old and you really don't know anything. And, they guided you with a firm hand, told you when you were right, when you were wrong, and he really let me develop my own coaching style. And when he handed the reins over to me to be the offensive coordinator in 2000, he really entrusted me with that. And I took a great deal of pride with that and, developed it along the way. And I think his greatest gift that he had that I hope to learn still is patience. He had an unbelievable amount of patience to let things work themselves out, and it takes a unique person to have that.
We're talking with Chuck Smith, former Oakcrest football coach, who's now the head coach at Mainland Regional High School. Coach, how tough is it to follow in the footsteps of a guy like Coffey? I mean, you're talking about a guy who won multiple state championships. He's revered in that community as a guy who really is the face of Mainland football for the last 30 years. How tough is that going to be to kind of make your own mark at that school?
Like I told some other people, I don't know if there's many public schools that had the run that Mainland had from 95 till 2008 with the amount of championship game appearances. The only schools I could think of were like Cherokee and Shawnee and, Hamilton. They're the only other schools in all of South Jersey that had that type of success. But, I'm not trying to follow Bob Coffey he etched his own image, and his identity at Mainland, and you just can't fill his shoes. You just have to be yourself as you go forward with this. And, we're looking forward to, I'm going to bring my style to Mainland. A lot of new faces on the coaching staff. A lot of guys have alumni connections to Mainland coaching. And we're really excited. We're itching to get started. And, thank God it went through this past week because we've been waiting to start working, and now we get the ball rolling. We're really, really looking forward to the future of Mainland.
What's been the reaction of some of the players, who aren't graduating? Some of the guys are coming back, juniors and sophomores and freshmen. Obviously, like you said, they know you from being in the hallways. Have you spoken to any of those guys, and what's been their reaction?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, to tell you the truth, because I knew a handful of kids from having them in class over the years, and they were coming down before school. During lunchtime, they're coming down. They're bringing other people from the team to come down to meet us. We had a brief introductory meeting with the team yesterday with Mike Gatley, the athletic director, and we had 65 kids in attendance that are all coming back next year to play. And so there's a buzz around the building. Whenever change happens, you have to embrace it. Because some people are afraid of change, others take hold, and it's a new direction. A lot of people get a fresh new start. And, it's been exciting. It really has, just getting to see these kids, know them, and it recharges your battery instantly.
What was the toughest thing about leaving Oakcrest? I know you had a real nice run there and, worked with a lot of great guys and a lot of really good players. And, obviously you have some players. There's always going to be players coming back when you have to leave a situation. What did you say to those guys on your way out of Oakcrest?
Yeah, it was hard. The relationships that you develop with the kids, that's the hardest part, because, you make your identity in the community, and we've been out to so many of the youth games and stuff like that. And I've been watching some of these kids since they were 9 years old playing football, and then you get them to come to your school, and, to cut those ties was a hard thing. But, you got to look out for the best thing for you and your family at the end of the day. And it was the best decision to make, and it was gut-wrenching, believe me. It was very emotional when we had to make that decision. But, when I saw the opportunity present itself at Mainland, being the Mainland guy in my backyard, the whole thing, it just made too much sense not to go ahead and pursue that opening.
What, Coach, we're talking with Coach Chuck Smith, the new Mainland regional football coach. Coach, what are you most excited about heading into this next season? Like you said, fresh start. You're going to be trading in the royal blue for the hunter green. What are you most excited about once practice rolls around this summer?
It's just seeing new faces, watching the kids. We're going to be building a program again. They graduated 18 seniors on this team this past year, so we're going to be young, which is fine. I've gone through it a couple times at Oakcrest. And it's always exciting when you have a team that's kind of in that rebuilding mode to watch kids develop day to day, week to week, game to game. I think it's a great opportunity too. Like Mr. Gatley said yesterday when he introduced me to the team. One era is over, a new era begins. We're going into a brand new league, new opponents, a fresh start with everything. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting out there on the field with the kids and teach them the new schemes and systems, stuff like that. And I think that's what the kids are really excited about, something new, new offense coming in, new defense coming in, a lot of new faces on the coaching staff, guys that have played the game, guys that really are legends at Mainland coming back to help coach, and, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited. We really are.
Good stuff, Coach. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us this morning, and good luck with the spring workouts, and we'll see you out there in no time.
Thanks a lot, Sully. I appreciate everything you do for high school sports.
No problem. Thanks, bud.
Take care.
All right, that was Chuck Smith, former Oakcrest High School football coach. He's now going to be the skipper over at Mainland, so good luck to Coach Smith and the Mustangs